confirms Umar Damagum as substantive national chairman. Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, mobilizes members for nationwide rally. On the foreign scene, at least 20 people, including 5 journalists, killed in Israeli strike on a hospital in the southern Gaza Strip. Good evening, this is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Okpayemuni. Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has urged his colleagues across Africa to invest in modern technology like artificial intelligence to defeat terrorist groups, including Boko Haram, ISWAP, Al-Qaeda, and Al-Shabaab, wreaking havoc in parts of the continent. General Musa said this at the opening of the Africa Chief of Defense Staff Conference held in Abuja on Monday. He said security threats have evolved across the continent, and the need for a digital solution to defeat some of the invisible enemies threatening the territorial integrity of nations in Africa. General Musa tasked his colleague defense chiefs to rise above division and embrace unity to build a continent free of insurgents and bloodthirsty marauders. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Bashir Ojulari, has said that specialized international and continental gangs take advantage of security gaps to steal the crude across Africa. Ojulari said these at the opening of the Africa Chief of Defense Staff Conference held in Abuja on Monday. He said crude oil theft has continental and international dimensions and should be tackled holistically through collaboration and synergy among various military formations across Africa. The NNPCL boss, however, declared that crude theft and pipeline vandalism, especially within the oil-rich Niger Delta area of Nigeria, have become old occurrences because of the efforts of security agencies. Ojulari said continental forums such as gathering should be encouraged to strengthen strategic activities within the continent. The second day of the ongoing Nigerian Bar Association annual conference in Enugu was on Monday disrupted by protests demanding the release of a Labour Party lawmaker in the Enugu State House of Assembly, Brad Ngene, who represents Enugu South Urban constituency, is serving a 7-year prison sentence handed down by a magistrate's court in connection with a community dispute. The supporters, however, insist the conviction was politically motivated. Protesters carrying placards with several inscriptions accused the state judiciary of stalling his appeal. They claimed that at least 2 judges had recused themselves while the case remained unassigned at the state high court. Speaking to journalists, the protest leader, Benedict Kachuku, described Ngene's incarceration since July 2024 as unjust. Security operatives, however, barred the demonstrators from entering the International Conference Center, venue of the NBA conference.
Honorable Bright Ngene, the man that won the House of Assembly seat for Enugu South Urban, have been unjustly incarcerated, right? Charges that were put on him were baseless. Judicial process were not followed, and in less than 2 weeks, judgment was dispensed. And the man has been in detention since then till now. Effort to get this into the High Court that was approved aborting because somehow judges are refusing themselves from the case day and night. The Chief Justice have refused to assign the case to a new judge. So ever since then till now, this man, Honorable Bright Ngene, had been in detention for no just cause. All because he won an election. Election that he won on the free ground where the people of Enugu South Urban gave him their mandate freely. Somehow he has reaffirmed that decision of that mandate of people on Saturday, on the 16th of August.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has condemned the actions of one of its former staff, Olakule Alex Folari, who was recently spotted participating in a matchmaking program on social media platforms hosted by popular entertainer Lega Miami. The agency has ordered his immediate arrest for retaining official EFCC property, including an identity card, following its dismissal for certificate forgery. The anti-graft agency, in a statement on its official X handle on Monday, said Folari served as a driver at the EFCC's Ibadan Zonal Directorate. He was, however, dismissed after investigations confirmed he had forged his academic credentials. The statement said EFCC Executive Chairman Ola Olukoyede has ordered that Folari should be arrested and emphasized that his actions should not be associated with the commission. To politics, the People's Democratic Party's National Executive Committee meeting has resolved to zone its 2027 presidential ticket to the South while retaining the existing National Working Committee zoning formula for the November elective convention. Addressing journalists after the NEC meeting in Abuja on Monday, the PDP National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olugunagba, disclosed that the decision followed a presentation of a report by the zoning committee chaired by Bayelsa State Governor Doyediri. He added that the NEC also expressed satisfaction with the level of preparations for the November convention. On July 24, the PDP National Executive Committee approved November 15 and 16 for the convention to elect new National Working Committee members. The party appointed a 44-member zoning committee for the convention, tasked with allocating the various NWC positions to the geopolitical zones. At the NEC meeting, the PDP also officially confirmed Umar Debagum as its substantive national chairman.
One reminded, and indeed the entire nation, that no party has empowered women more than the PDP. It's undeniable that women have always been the backbone of this party, mobilizing, canvassing, and defending the vote when it matters most. As we approach our national convention, while the next National Working Committee will be elected, we must take deliberate steps to ensure that women are not just seen and heard, but are fully represented at the decision-making table. As a party, we shouldn't only claim to be the true voice of Nigeria while half of our population remains underrepresented in our party's leadership. We should please take this into consideration. We must also not ignore the challenges we face. The recent by-election revealed a familiar pattern of intimidation, harassment, and attempts to subvert the will of the people through the ruling party. Yet, despite this, the PDP prevailed, flipping a constituency previously held by the ruling party. This victory is not just symbolic, it is proof of our resilience and a forestep of what will happen in 2027, when we shall also give the presidency back to the PDP. Therefore, I urge all to be inspired by the spirit of our founding fathers. We must protect our previous hard-fought democracy, challenging all and
in Taraba State, 3 opposition members of the State House of Assembly have defected to the ruling People's Democratic Party, PDP. The members include Umar Adamu, representing Jalingo 1 state constituency, who defected from the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, and Zakari Sanusi, representing EB constituency, on the platform of the NNPP. The third lawmaker, Anas Shaibu, representing Karim 2 constituency, defected from the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA. Reading their letters of defection on the floor of the House, a Speaker, John Kizito, said the defections followed Governor Abu Kefa's desire to turn around the fortunes of the state. He also explained that the defections followed careful consideration and extensive consultation with stakeholders, political associates, and constituents. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, says it is mobilizing its members across the country for a nationwide rally scheduled for Tuesday, August 26, 2025. At a news conference held at the Federal University of Oye-Ekiti on Monday, Zonal Coordinator Adeola Egbedokun said the move was part of the union's efforts to pressure the federal government to address its long-standing demands. Egbedokun said that the rallies were the union's first decisive response to the government's continued inaction, warning that the protests signal what lies ahead if concerns remain unaddressed. According to him, the rallies will be held simultaneously across universities in the country, with academic activities suspended during the demonstrations. According to him, the National Executive Council (NEC) of ASU has given the government until its scheduled meeting of August 28 to respond to its demands, after which the next line of action will be determined. In the meantime, the Academic Staff Union of Universities has rejected the tertiary institution loan scheme launched by the federal government, describing it as an insult to the sensibilities of tertiary workers and the height of mockery of the Nigerian university system. The federal government, through the Ministry of Education, recently launched a tertiary institution loan scheme to provide interest-free loans of up to 10 million naira to university workers. The initiative aims to enhance staff welfare, support professional development, and promote financial stability with a one-year moratorium and a maximum 5-year repayment period. For speaking while addressing a news conference in Uyo on Monday, the zonal coordinator of the ASU Calabar Zone, Ikechukwu Igweyi, said such a loan is another form of distraction. He wondered why a government that pays its workforce with an outdated salary structure of over 17 years refuses to renegotiate the same salary since 2012 and could turn around to offer impossible loans in a depressed economy instead of completing the formalities for implementation of a commensurate salary structure. President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajaero, has criticized the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission for hinting at a pay hike for political office holders. The RMAFC had disclosed that it was reviewing salaries in a way that could grant the president, vice president, governors, and other senior officials a significant pay increase. In a statement, Ajaero described the plan as insensitive, unjust, and inequitable, warning that it would only succeed in deepening the growing inequality between civil servants and political office holders. The NLC president forwarded the RMAFC's justification, describing it as largely immature and an insult to the collective intelligence of Nigerians, dismissing their reasoning as weak and unjustifiable. He said the explanation ignored the Ubongo's advantages attached to such offices, while the poor survive only on hopes. President Bola Tinubu arrived in Brasilia, Brazil on Monday with a call for renewed diplomatic and economic cooperation between Nigeria and the South American country. In a post via his official X handle on Monday, the president described his meeting with Brazilian leader Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva as a renewal of the historic relationship between both nations. The Nigerian leader expressed his readiness to deepen cooperation in agriculture, energy, trade, and culture with the Brazilian leader and the government. The Nigerian leader, who flew in from Los Angeles, United States, was received at Brasilia Air Base by senior Brazilian government officials. An official welcoming ceremony with full military honors was held at the Planalto Palace, followed by a visit to the leader of Brazil's National Congress. You're watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television. Still to come, Osun State residents